The communists put walls up in their countries not to keep people out, but to keep their citizens in by force. Here I am, the middle of the night, driving my Fiat, going into this called no man's land, and all of a sudden my car stops. In the middle of no man's land, it stops. And that's a very dangerous situation, because what I just heard is the guns and the lights showing and the men with the guns pointed at my car.
U.S. Ambassador Aldona Wos grew up under communist rule in Poland, in a home where freedom was a dream and danger knocked at her door. Welcome, Aldona Wos.
Thank you for joining us. If you're enjoying these interviews, hit that subscribe button. Trusted in God, I want to talk about a story you had mentioned in the past. For listeners who may not be familiar about your journey from East Berlin to West Berlin, what was it like to cross through no man's land at that time?
So this was years past, where East Berlin was still under communist rule, and this is after World War II, and West Berlin was free. And originally it was one city, so there was literally a wall with barbed wire on one side, another part of a wall, and you had massive security and an inability to move back and forth between the two parts of the city, because they were really two different countries. So you needed, of course, a passport, you needed all your official documents, if you were, as I was at that time, an American, to move back and forth. I was driving myself from Warsaw to West Berlin, and I had to go through East Berlin to get to West Berlin. It was already in the middle of the night by the time I got to the border, and so here I am at the border crossing, leaving East Berlin, communist rule, with my American passport and the American young woman driving her Fiat over the border. And everything got cleared, and I put my car in drive, and I moved it forward. There's a relatively large distance till you get to passport control to the next part, the free world, in West Berlin. And you can see with your eyes, you could see the passport control and the booths and the men with the machine guns. Yes. And on the sides were these massive walls with barbed wire, with men with machine guns, because they would kill you if you were trying to escape, because you were never allowed to leave communist rule. The communists put walls up in their countries not to keep people out, but to keep their citizens in by force. So as a citizen of Poland, you could not leave Poland as a regular citizen. So here I am, the middle of the night, driving my Fiat, going into this called no man's land, and all of a sudden my car stops.
In the middle of
no man's land, it stops. And that's a very dangerous situation, because as an American, I said, no problem, let me just get out, I'll just open the hood, and I'll figure out, I'll put my water bottle into the radiator, maybe it's probably overheated. But all of a sudden, my instinct told me, do not open the door of the car, which if I had, I would have been killed on the spot. So I put my hands firmly on the steering wheel, and I looked up and I said, God, how am I going to get out of this one? Because what I just heard is the guns and the lights showing and the men with the guns pointed at my car.
So it was like a spotlight, and
they were literally on this way. And I put my hands on the steering wheel, and I said, God, how am I going to get out of this one? And as I'm looking up, my eyes go to the rear view mirror, and I see headlights in back of me, which was a little, odd, not odd. I see headlights, and then I see these headlights coming closer, closer, closer. And all of a sudden, I'm holding on even tighter, because I see the cars coming closer and closer towards me.
Did that scare you?
Yes, but what I did is I took my foot off the brake. The car literally came, touched my car, and intentionally pushed me all the way through no man's land to the border to freedom
Wow.
in West Berlin. As the soldiers and they're saying, "Oh, come." Like,
Wow.
And
Talk about an act of God.
and yes, a good Samaritan ended up realizing that this was, because of my license plate, a foreign citizen on Polish license plates, and saved me and pushed me through to freedom.
Wow. I can't even imagine to think how I would feel in that situation. I mean, that sounds crazy. I mean, that, wow.
It's
At Juliant, we're with you at every milestone, and your brightest dreams never have to fade. At Juliant, we help you shine. That's brighter banking. Juliant Federal Credit Union.
but you have to listen to your instincts, and God will guide you.
Do you know who that person was after? Did you ever?
Well, actually, yes. Oh, wow. So actually, yes. I did not recognize the person, of course, on the spot, because as soon as he got me to the passport control in the free section, he quickly left. But a few years later, I lived in Manhattan, and it's Sunday, and I'm looking through the New York Times and seeing what's playing where and the entertainment, and I see, oh my goodness, at Lincoln Center, oh my God, it is Christian Zimmerman, a famous world piano composer, playing at Lincoln Center. So I buy a ticket. I'm sitting in Lincoln Center, and there's world-class pianist Christian Zimmerman playing, and all of a sudden I'm like third row orchestra in the middle, and this is what I thought I saw. I literally thought I saw him recognize me in the audience at Lincoln Center a few years after that incident. But I thought that's absolutely impossible, and I mean, how could that possibly happen? And I waited with all his groupies and fans afterwards backstage to get an autograph on my playbill, and I was the last one. I patiently waited through the crowds. And he doesn't say a word. He takes the playbill, takes his pen, and writes on it, from Checkpoint Charlie in Berlin, Christian Zimmerman, and he gives it to me.
Wow. During that whole time while you were crossing and your car stopped, I mean, did it go through your mind like, hey, like I may not make it out of here?
Correct. But there were many times in my life of that situation living under communist rule, but that one was just so unusual.
Yeah. Wow. And I want to ask, how important do you think it's for the public to be aware of potential risks associated with social media platforms?
So now, granted, I'm a older generation than you are, and I obviously understand the benefits of social media, but I don't really. What benefit is it to me when social media, unless they're helping me or teaching me or entertaining me, I just don't see the benefit of walking down the street and seeing everyone walking on their phones and just swiping and walking. And social media is taking humanity out of us. One. Two, social media is becoming dangerous because we're starting to rely on what we're being told versus relying on knowledge. So I would absolutely advocate to limit time that people spend on any form of social media. And for children, there should be requirements in reference to not being able to use it to a certain age and then limit the amount of hours. I'm 100% advocate of that.
I agree, and I mean, even walking down the street, I mean, 70-80% of the people are looking down. They're not looking up, and
Correct.
you could probably bump into them, and
Correct.
they wouldn't even notice you. They just keep on walking, looking down at their phone, and I don't know if that had anything to do with during COVID, everyone just got used to, like, maybe got submerged in social media a little bit more than before, or if it was just becoming more popular that people are more intrigued by it.
Well, all, probably. Yes, I obviously enjoy getting a picture of my daughter with
Yeah.
her dog on the hour, every hour when the dog puppy does
Yeah.
something cute and clever. But that should not substitute from human interaction, and it should not substitute for knowledge.